Welcome to another thought-provoking episode of Last of the Real podcast. I am Zane, one of your hosts, straight and plain, and with me we have some of our friends in studio. We have Snipe, you here?
Yeah, as always.
Right. As usual, we have the man himself, everyone's favorite host, JRP.
That's right.
All right. Well, guys, tonight we'll be talking with Jameelia Stevens, creator of Yapheh Experiences. Oh, she's a hair technician and entrepreneur. Jameelia, welcome.
Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night. Thanks for having me.
No
Really
problem.
and a privilege to be here.
Thank you for accepting our invitation.
You're welcome.
So, Jameelia, quick question. What inspired you to become a hairstylist and how did you get started?
Okay. As it relates to starting this whole venture of becoming a hairstylist and an entrepreneur, the CEO of Yaw-Feh Xperience, basically when I was going to college and I was in the Bahamas, I had locks and it was a challenge for me to get my hair done. But
Okay.
it was very expensive at the time when I was going to school. So they were charging me like 180 US dollars. And
Wow.
from then, I said, no, I need to just learn. I started doing my own hair because I have locks myself. I started doing my own hair, started researching what kind of hair products I wanted to use in my hair, what affected my scalp, because at the time I was going through a serious flare up of eczema, and it was in my hair as well. So my hair was breaking a lot. I started doing some research, and from there and then I just loved it. I get to love locks. I get to just the whole thing about doing hair just sparked.
Okay. So you said, everything was basically born out of necessity.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I like the way you did it. 180 seems a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So, Jameelia, for
Mhm.
those that are listening, what are some of the styles that you offer and how do you keep up with the latest hair trend?
Well, for me, when I started, I was focusing on interlocking, the full lock braids, and now I'm venturing into the knotless braids. Trying to basically sharpen my craft as the days go by and try to just practice, practice, practice. So it gets better from here.
Okay. So do you do like just mainly, the different kind of braids or do you do, different styles?
Well, for now, I'm just focusing on the full locks braid for now, interlocking and styling locks at the moment.
Okay.
So variously, I want to go way bigger than that. There are much more plans in the future um concerning different styles, going into different techniques. But for now, as I'm starting, I'm just getting the hang of doing different styles of braids. But yeah, I'm just doing that now, just for
You just
now.
just doing you till you get
Yeah,
bigger.
yeah, man.
Nice again, Jamaica. This is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've once in my life braided my hair, or cornrows and call it. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, that experience was, it took a couple of hours. Cause it's made big. And no, I said that what keeps you going, what motivates you to keep this? Because we know doing these hairstyles, it takes time. What motivates you to keep doing this?
Well, my real motivation is basically to see persons the vision. I stick to the vision basically. Looking beautiful is an experience, and for persons to go through that long hours of sitting and coming out of the chair and to see that they have been transformed and looking all new and you know
Yeah, yeah,
uh
true. It's an
Looking
experience.
fresh.
clean, yeah, well fresh, yeah, man. That's
And
So
my biggest euphoria, because when they get up, it's like you're coming on a chair pop down and then you're leaving like the president.
true. And then love
So
about blending with the name of your company because when you say it right a while ago, it's an experience. When you get up and see yourself different, it's that you just feel that
right,
different, just the experience. So
right.
with this drive now going on, is this a long term thing? Like where do you see Yapheh experience in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, in the next 5 years, it wouldn't be just here. It would go as far as makeup, buying makeup supplies, um, manufacturing, being the supplier of hair products. Um, it's about the holistic experience of
Experience.
beauty, right? So it's from
Okay.
face, nails, right down to the toes, then
Makes
from
sense.
head to
Makes sense.
toe,
yeah,
Give somebody a tiny
I
step in
like
them
your
leave
vision.
with a full experience.
right? In one stop. It's a one
Once,
stop
yeah.
experience.
Now, speaking about one stop, where can potential clients find out about, your business, Yapheh experience? Because we have a host here now, Jameelia,
Mm-hmm.
that, he definitely may need to visit you and get that full, makeover.
Mm-hmm.
Snipe, you know who I'm talking, right?
Yeah, man.
Like I can figure it out.
Yeah, man. Marian.
Ryan,
Yeah.
okay, if you say so. So where can potential clients find you and find out more about Yapheh experience?
So I'm on Instagram at the moment. I have a WhatsApp business page. Just started doing the Google business platform as well. And I am also in the process of relocating. So I'm relocating to on Arden Road, off Arden Road, and I'm getting things in place for customers to come and have that experience that they're looking for. It's not just an ordinary hair salon. No, it's gonna be a full experience where you can come, you can unwind, you can have coffees, you can have teas, you name it. So
Some champagne as well?
even so,
I need
even
to pay
so,
there.
that's
I
the
need to get my
idea.
hair locked.
Wow.
That yeah.
So Jameelia, so like how I have black here and you know that and you're on the real podcast, do the host get a discount?
Discount.
Yes. Most definitely.
All right.
Most definitely.
I'll be up there.
You hear
Yes.
Jermaine? All right.
Like me was start grow back me here,
Yeah, man.
I would do the same snipe, but the whole of the front gone, because yeah, I
One of
went
them
through
things
that
there.
funeral process there as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so the front are thin out there now still. Them say a rich man thing, so I'm waiting to see the riches.
Well, we can speak more on that. Sometimes it's basically on the tension. For some persons with receding hairlines, sometimes it's based on the tension of continuous styling. So there are the days when I will make recommendations because I have clients that either they do too much dyeing and the chemical from the dyeing
Yeah.
affect the airline or anywhere in that area. So what it does, it kills the hair follicles. So it stunted the growth of the hair. So based on background, basically from speaking to them, having consultations with them, I can know what to recommend or where to refer them to, because at the moment I am not in the medical field, but I can make recommendation based on what I've heard and what they have told me, based on products they have used. You can check the ingredients in the products. What if they're allergic to something? What if it's hereditary? It's coming from their bloodline. That grandfather hair side gone, grandmother hair side gone. So they are now having that same effect on their hair.
Yeah, Brian, even you should cover to Brian. You're good to Brian.
I tell you. So you hear, listeners, even if you have bad hair like myself, check her out. Jameelia Stevens at Yaw-Feh Xperience. Jameelia, it was a pleasure.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys, for having me. You can look forward to having consultations. You can contact me on my cell at 296-5865. That's 296-5865. You can also reach out to me via DM on Instagram at Yapheh_Xperience without the E. And you could just schedule an appointment, come in for consultation, and I'll direct you as to whether it's a hair appointment or you need some advice as it relates to your hair.
All right, Jameelia. Definitely.
Yes.
Well,
Sound good.
no, it's time to move into the meat of the matter. And yeah, tonight, people, we will be delving into two very thought-provoking questions. And the one I want to start with is it important to set sexual boundaries in a relationship, or should we just let it flow? But since we have some females, we have Jameelia and Shen joining us tonight. I want to start with the females, because I don't want them to always think that.
And you have Latty as well. There's a third female here.
Okay, welcome, Latty. Welcome.
Latty.
So I wanna ask the females first before I hear from the male. I would love to hear your input on the question. What do you think? Set sexual boundaries or let the relationship flow?
It depends on what stage in the relationship you are.
I said set it early from the get-go.
Exactly.
So then you're saying, Jermaine, it doesn't depend on stage. You just set your boundaries and work with it.
Yeah, I mean, you have some people wanted to eat certain things, and I'm on a strict diet, so.
Vegetarian, no meat.
Hey.
I mean, you have some people in this ass movement thing, and you see, through me a coward, I would stay on the front.
No, now bit alone eat ass, the only ass now bit eat a turkey, but so I don't know where that thing is going, Bridget. So I agree with you. Set your boundaries from early.
Yeah, because
very early.
The thing is, Brian, you don't want to go into a relationship, right? And then this person have a sexual expectation of you, and then you can't match up to it, and it might cause some problem.
Yeah, certain things should be discussed at the initial stage of a relationship. That's my 10 cents.
And I agree.
How early is the initial stage, though?
The initial stage should be the dating stage, because you're dating somebody with the potential of, going into a relationship. But where the problem lies is that us Jamaicans, most of us, we don't date, we don't even bother with it Jamaican men most times their idea for date is, oh, me like you, then bring you go a bar for 2 drink and then them want to get in your drawers. And then we want a wider relationship that we call the relationship. Crash, that's not a relationship.
Yeah, that's not a relationship. That was if that is the idea of a date nowadays, that's more like, a fling. Not even a movie, two popcorn, share some share some nachos.
hold on, wait now. What's the definition of a relationship?
She not asking nobody else apart from you.
Exactly. And she'll see you on a consistent basis.
Yeah, so what do you mean it's not a relationship? Despite how it may start, if me have made the commitment side, after me care about bar and want jump in here, whatever, I will start doing thing. A relationship is just at the starting of it, they were dating process when I got through that, we just jump in night.
No, but
It's
and that she
actually a
said,
relationship.
and that she say, she say is the fact that the process, the start of it, there's no talking or no proper start. It's
You don't get to know the person. And it takes
exactly.
us back to last week's topic. That's why so many persons have a high body count. This is one of the reasons why.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Jeremy.
No, I was saying totally agree.
Yeah, so
For
Snipe, what
me,
do you think? Or no,
Um,
sorry, hold on the Snipe. I think Jameelia was gonna give her 2 cents.
yes, for me, before we can consider the whole thing as a relationship, I believe it must start at friendship, because at the end of the day, it's not like you're gonna look on a man or a woman and say, "Mega want one relationship from this person." I don't believe it is right. And starting out as friends is always key, to know that, okay, this is what I like, this is what I dislike, and moving into friendship, the transition from friendship then to relationship, it's much easier.
You
that's
know,
true.
that is true. Sometimes the transition is a lot easier. But Latty, I'm curious to hear what you say on this as
I mean, it's two ways to it. You can first, for me, I'd let it flow, flow a bit, then you start setting boundaries. At the end of the day, you start getting to know the person. So you allow it to flow along the line, and then, eventually boundaries will come, and the persons will you'll know eventually that, what you don't like, what he doesn't like, what you should do, what you should not do, and stuff like those. For me, I'll just let it flow at the initial stage, because that was how I started my relationship. I allowed it to flow for about 3 months. And then, within that 3 months, I took the time out to analyze the person, and I didn't say anything. It was after the 3 months, I said, listen, this is it, because you were on a probation. This is it for, and from the, after the 3 months, now I fully analyzed the person, and I knew what he was capable of. And then after that, I started setting my boundaries. Because I can't start setting boundaries at the initial stage of the relationship when you don't know anything about this person. You don't know if it's gonna last or anything. And we've been together for like soon 6 years now.
yeah, you know what, Latty? I like what you said. Let it flow initially and then start set your boundaries, because
Yeah.
you may approach it and start setting boundaries and
Too
eventually
early.
piss off the person.
Yeah. You scare away the person.
Yeah.
It's too serious. It's too serious. But I do agree with Shen when she say, date. And that is one of the things that Jamaican society is missing, dating. And that is one of the things that we females are craving. Dating,
But
courting, getting to
hold
know
on.
the person.
Hold on then. Hold
Mhm.
on then. You think all females are craving that dating and courting?
Of course, we all, listen, as females, we all are. Everybody want to go out, and everybody want to be. They have this mindset thing where they want to be left messages. Hey, put on a dress, meet me, and so and so. When them reach the roses, they hand them out. That, come on, every female likes that. You understand? But as I can go back to say that sometimes in the Jamaican society, if you do that as a man, you're considered weak. So I mean, it's two ways to it.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. In Jamaican society, if you're standing there waiting for a female with some roses in your hand, just picture the scenario. You're, at a location waiting for a female with roses in your hand. Every single person that pass, male and female,
Girl,
start
laugh
look on
at
you,
you.
laugh.
Some men find it attractive, the ones that are more sensible. But for the younger generation, they might laugh because they don't understand the importance of it.
Exactly. They will
I
laugh
very
and,
much
and say,
agree on the
look at him.
sensible part. Because and you know the thing, the problem again where it goes back to persons are laughing and this and that. I'm a hopeless romantic. I don't think anything is
like
wrong with
me.
that. You see, with most Jamaican men, that we know the reality is they grow up in a single mother household.
Yeah.
Mothers are nurturers, and you love your child regardless. But that same single mother is out there trying to make ends meet. You might have one uncle or watch over your one brother or something. If a boy drop, you go tell him say brush it off, man, a man blow and stop balling. We are teaching him to be tough versus a female. So the man grow up now with that thing about him where him feel like he have to show certain emotions. Else he might go weak. Certain things will bash the boy, the man tell them that's a girl. A girl do them something there. That's where the problem lies in society when they become adults.
I can also share something with you that my spouse shared with me recent times. Like, we always said that the little things count in a relationship. And my spouse was, he was on duty and he went and he see some panty in a salve. And him stop in him uniform and him pick out the panty them. And it other soldier guy them start laugh after him. Just start laugh after him. So, I mean, when you say, you have to know you're around the man them, the so-called gangster man them, because they will take you for girl clone. Because there are certain things that you should not do for a female. Because them start laugh after them to buy a woman panty, which me as a woman find that very attractive.
No, and you see why. Yeah. No, Jeremy, would you do that? Would you do that?
Let me clear my throat a little. Right.
Yeah. No, listen. You have?
Probably I would. Probably I would.
That doesn't sound convincing, Pinto.
Jeremy not sound convinced at all.
Yeah, it's not convincing. Probably.
Listen, if it's going into a store, okay. But let's say we're going downtown. In the middle of downtown, it's kind of hard to just stop and start take up, panty and stuff.
I don't think anything is wrong with it.
Nothing should be wrong with it.
Yeah, nothing should be wrong with it. But because the Jamaican deem you as a girl clown or this or that.
Yes.
But once you love somebody, all that macho foolishness not supposed to matter. Because love supposed to be a thing where it should be easy no matter what nobody wants to say. It should be easy.
This is the thing,
Latty,
this is the thing. Females, right? We can't think like a man. And no matter how much book Steve Harvey make, how much movies he make, we cannot think like a man because we're not a man. A man, we might have an idea what the man wants to see you, but who's the best person versus the man? The man know exactly when wants to see what him consider to be sexy. I don't think anything is wrong with it. If you say, this guy look good for my girl and this proper.
Yeah, and you did pick out some nice underwear care come home, some very nice ones.
What? Give me a second, ladies. You see what you say? Nothing Steve Harvey writes or anyone says can let you think like a man. And the same thing, right? With the social restraints that's on a man, a female will never understand. Right? A female will never understand that, when a man stops to buy underwear for them or to get them roses, right? How other people view this man and start view him soft. You know, it's just part of it that you cannot help
But Brian, then again, it comes with maturity. It comes with maturity.
As I was
understand
just
Alright.
about
this.
to say.
But then again, you know, I've seen in Jamaica, I travel a lot, but I've personally seen in Jamaica where I walk into stores like Fontana, may I mind my own business, and you see guys there, these are very mature guys, and then come there asking the store clerk for assistance. All right, you know, some my girlfriend birthday or this or that. And I can tell you, when him walk out of the store, the only thing we woman I think is, I will me find one of them Monday. Or if you're
No,
blunt like
and
me,
Shen.
you will come forward and say, sir, you know, have no brother was single, no uncle was single, or even your father was single, can be willing to be stepmother.
But watch the
Because
thing
we are
now.
wondering, where do we find them?
In a store, it's different than when it's like I said, in a store, the feeling you get is different from downtown. Yeah, may I tell you?
Well,
Yes, it's so true. That's so
it
true,
is
Brian.
true, but I mean,
I think
trust me,
I
where
think
them a
Brian,
look on him. I don't know, maybe
Well,
I need
well,
different still. I just think the little things. Me not really business and which part as long as it is being done.
I think Brian, I think I'm assuming that you're saying it in a store will be a more private and secluded
Oh,
rather than
yeah, a more relaxed environment. A more rather
guys,
than downtown.
excuse me. Is it okay for my spouse to join?
Sure, no
sure.
problem. Yeah, would love to hear what he thinks. Set boundaries in a relationship or just go right ahead and let it flow.
I think I want to ask him the question what motivates him to buy the panty.
Yeah, definitely. That's a really good question.
Because he knows what he wants to see his lady in. He knows what he wants to take off. And it's very sexy.
So him,
Answer for the man. Answer for the man.
No, because honestly, I'm the year and I'm like Yapheh because that did I wonder if they'll have no good brother, you know, I swear to God.
come on, man. Let
Let the man answer. Let Deal answer for Deal.
He's coming on now. Give me a second.
Because after Deal's, answer, there's another question I want the females input on.
And Latty, make sure you step away from Deal in a car. We don't want you to influence him.
Yeah, because we know.
Never influenced him when he was buying the underwears.
I mean, we weren't there, so we wouldn't know.
There's something I want to say before we close off on this point, okay?
Sure, Jamie.
As it relates to the point of the buying of underwear and wherever the location is, I believe men to be bold enough to say, this is what I'm purchasing from a lady or my spouse or whatever the case may be, no matter where it is.
Thank you very much, Jameelia.
Huh?
But Jameelia, hold on to Jameelia. When you buy underwear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone you're buying the underwear for should know automatically this is for my spouse or partner.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is just, I believe it's just pride, pride.
And ego.
Yeah, man. Pride and ego. Sometimes those are one of the things that really affect the relationship. Because if you know that you're gonna do something that is gonna make your significant other happy, or it's gonna bring joy, or it's gonna spark some area in the relationship, and because persons are around you saying otherwise, and you walk out and miss out on the opportunity of making the person happy, then I think if that's the case, you're gonna be a very unhappy individual at the end of the day.
I agree.
Jameelia, in a sense, yes, but watch this. If it's strictly something like that, yes, pride plays a part, because if you ask 90%, if you ask 100 men, 90% of them may tell you, no, I wouldn't buy it downtown if I had the option to buy it elsewhere. And that is the thing. If it's going to make your spouse happy, if downtown is going to make you uncomfortable, you will then go out of your way and find where makes you comfortable and do the same thing for your spouse or your partner.
All right, Brian, what's the two hands up? What's the Dale and Andre?
Yeah, man, a deal me ready for, man, because Jeremy have a question for me.
Yeah.
Jeremy, ask Dale the question.
I think Dale already know the question, man.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Yeah, bless up Dale.
Big man thinks here, if we did have an option, we want to buy up on the roadside,
Thank you very much, brother.
Here you
We
know.
would have been on the
Thank you very much.
roadside.
Thank you very much. On the store, I say,
Yeah, with me. I don't
Deal.
see many have no other choice, man. And
Exactly.
Just get relief. And me say, me just, because go make Latty happy, so me just have to deal with it and done. And it turned out that most people find it attractive, like people are like end up and giving that strength because me do there and other passerby stop by help me choose and all them stuff there. So it's
Look
great.
at that.
But if me did have an option, me just go to our store at day, but just to show everybody. Well, the reason why it feel good afterwards a whole, everybody when they interact with me. I said this not really bad. I can't really this with it feel, uncomfortable for doing it in the first place. So it kinda I say it kinda shows say you're willing to put your ego and pride aside just to make your significant and happy. So
And
I
Dale,
love that.
you see if the interaction with the people and they go the other direction, believe you would have never stopped on the roadside again.
Me da lock up everybody.
You understand? Not even for buy water, brother. You would have to not stop store.
But you know something personally that the males might not know? Roadside carry the better panty them. And it make
Yeah, man.
you ever go downtown, go see the proper jars them downtown. You don't go in no store go get them there. Not even a Victoria.
Good one, man. Some today sexy so I'm still wear them.
Hold on. More here with Sniper said, guys. The ladies are give shopping advice, Snipe.
No, it's no joke, Brian. No joke. I love downtown, right? And not Orange Street, the street where I bring you back down to the bus park. And the guy them go there with them trampoline and them create them excitement and them $100 jars and you get good quality. Me not get them the pants there in a store. Me sorry. No.
I just variety. They have a lot of variety.
Brian say something, no. I hear Brian.
Well,
No, man, I start more here. Snipe.
Yeah. In regards to that, you see, when it comes to my significant other, I'm an impulsive buyer. Despite ego and all of them, something I'm virgin or whatever, me and walk past a store, I'm just something and say, yo, that would not look nice for general. I'm just going and buy it. And if you're panty, same thing. Whether 2 piece or one little piece of string. Sometimes I wonder what that string there do, but just think in my head, I see that certain way I say, I go buy it. I see that downtown something there, I experience that too. Because when I think they say the money downtown, when they start give them line and sing, they have some nice panty down there. So I'm going to go buy. I'm not go like there's one experience me out the way. We take our panties, I examine panty, I'm big like downtown on the roadside. I look on the panty, left, right, flick it over. Me man say, are you going to wear that? Just turn the panty. I look good for me. No, but that's the reality. Reality that we can understand why most men on the roadside, you're not going to make that move there. But be comfortable with myself and no one. That's when him asks me, say, if you think you would look good for me. Simple as that. Because when I ask you now, wear panties.
No,
Exactly.
but watch this now. But hold on, watch this now, Snipe. A simple reaction like that, right, could have escalate go even further.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You see what I say? Yeah. Because first of all, the question never necessary. The question was just a sarcastic question, like a much I style thing, and you give him a good answer. But how many men are going to just take the answer, or how many people are going to just take the answer? I don't feel like this them and just hold it so.
Well, at the end of the day, they say a year maturity, how you handle the situation now. Because some man wouldn't do that.
95% of people who interact with still immature.
True.
Yeah, twins are twins to that. So we have to give the twins are props to that. Curly locks, the voice box.
At the end of the day, and when I see my woman in a plus, I know she like them gestures. I know she like that, so me just go somewhere just to go do it. Just so for some girl could give her face light up and I'm going to take off a panty later. Why not?
Why not?
But
Well,
men don't think like how you're thinking, sniper. And that is why we have a lot of failed relationship these days because I don't the men them nowadays, especially they look a young boy, them listen to them friend. And I think father figure in the home, papa father figure plays a very important role in today's society. Because them boy and them don't know nothing about no relationship, nothing at all. There's too much ego, and then social media makes it even worse. There's too
and
much
Latty,
ego. Mhm.
no, I'm so happy that you said that because I want to direct everybody back to a previous episode we had where we talked about DNA testing should be made mandatory at a child's birth because if that is possible, then we would have more father figures in the home.
You think
But
so?
of
I
course,
beg to disagree because I mean you have some men out there you get pregnant for them, but them don't want the pitney. Well, the pitney don't want the pitney.
You know, that's where the government would come in because, in addition to
thank
that,
you.
once you know who the father is, they can be held accountable.
We're gonna put two pause and two pin in another topic there now because this next question is even more important to me, and I really want to know what the females think, right? And it is, can friends with benefits really work?
Hey,
No,
hey,
I don't think so.
I don't think so
Latty
either.
said no, Shen said no,
No.
Jameelia, what you say?
I say no.
So all the females say no.
No.
And you
Don't
know
think
why the
so.
females say no? And I want to know if the men agree with me. The females say no because eventually them are gonna catch feelings.
Thank you. That is true.
It is not
Go on,
humanly
Shen.
possible for you to be having sex with somebody because the male is receiving sex and the female may be receiving gifts or the male is there for her and the male is gonna be there for her, maybe providing monetary benefits or being there for her when she's going through a hard time. That's not possible. Feelings are gonna be thrown at both sides of the party. The man may catch feelings because we don't know why two emotional beings were considered to catch feelings before or quicker. Yeah, you understand? Worse if the sex good.
No, I need to ask. I need to ask. The male in the room, you think in a friends with benefits scenario, we are gonna catch feelings quicker than a female?
Possible.
Yeah?
More feelings than
The
okay.
sex can't show
No
down.
feelings, not.
More
No,
feelings than okay.
talk your
All
deal.
just
Eh,
I think
eh,
the
remember, it's a
female is
sex to
most
men
likely
is
to become. I'm sorry, Dale. Sorry.
eh,
that's all right.
Brian,
Like,
you have someone out there emotional and Brian are easily attached.
True. Yes,
mm,
true.
that
And
depends
But
that
how
is a
we see
small,
them.
females
that is
tend
a
to be more
small percentage.
emotional. And we will really fall in love with action. So even though it's a friends with benefits, naturally you're gonna be if you come to an agreement that this is a no strings attached relationship, we're in it for some sex or all right, then we're gonna hang out. So I always have a date on a Friday night or whatever. The action behind it, females tend to fall in love with action because we are probably hoping, so what happened. We know this are the agreements, but I wonder if it would lead to something more. And in most cases, it like that. The male is just not in a place where he wants to form a commitment. He really
Thank you
does.
very much.
So we end up a hurt ourselves. But the same repair business where we woman need to get out of, we just think we can fix all these broken men and we end up a hurt with themselves.
Well on there, well on there. All friends with benefits reach the broken men. Why do always that throw shade for the man them?
Because
But
after
women
you
do it
start
too.
catch feelings, remember, in the
Yeah.
initial stage, you agree to no strings attached.
Mhm.
Both of you agree, this is a friends with benefit. As a female, you start catch feelings. You're knowing the person, you're spending time with the person. You're probably thinking, oh, so this is the reason why I never want no commitment. Me see me can fix the little area there, and it might change your mind. It's no guarantees a hope. But we put all the effort out there, and when the man walk away, we end up hurt. We're hurting ourselves.
But Shen, let me ask that question. What if the person only likes you as that? Like you were friends, and eventually the friends start have benefits. Him like you as a friend, and that is it. You catching feelings and thinking this and that. It's not the guy's fault.
That's true.
I think as a female, if you start catching feelings for the guy, you should start walking away, because if you know that young man is emotionally unavailable, walk away, start walking away, and protect yourself and your heart.
Save yourself the hurt.
Yeah, understand, because that is embarrassing, because once you fall for that young man now, all hell's go break loose, you go get heartbroken, even though you have set an expectation at the beginning of whatever arrangement you guys had. Because it is hard for you to be having sex with somebody, especially if the sex is good, and not catch feelings for them. Secondly, if they're there for you on an emotional or financial or whatever level they're there, and no female can tell me that, no woman can come tell me so they have one friend with benefit and them not start catch feelings for that. Especially if the man because he wants, he has found somebody else or he might date somebody else. It is that's even possible to me.
Let me hear what Jameelia said. Jameelia.
Friends with benefits is totally wrong. Personally, I don't agree with it. I don't even like the word. I don't even like the term friends with benefit. Why are you going to go into just having casual sex with somebody and you don't plan to get married with them? I take sex very serious. And if it's a case where you're gonna just want to feel that emotional or that sexual need to be with somebody, why not marry to them?
Very
All
true.
Right. Hold on, I'm gonna answer the question there, but let me hear what Sniper
said. Sex with benefits and then something that to me personally concerned. For one, as human beings, we love companionship. We strive towards it. But I realize that not. And the idea of you join a friends with benefit, that means there's something about that person you can depend on. And naturally, you are going to develop feelings. So once you start include sex and all and something, I know so you're something you can depend on. It's going to naturally somebody that catch feelings. And I won't stick to say only females that will catch feelings. Men catch feelings as well.
Agree,
female, but men will catch feelings as well.
Listen, let me confess. I'm not saying I catch feelings, I'm just confessing.
No, man, you catch feelings, man. Confess.
Let me tell you
may
a story.
I say something?
I was in one of those friends with benefit thing. And to tell you the truth, I don't even know when it turned relationship.
Was it your choice, though? Was it your choice while it turned a relationship?
Listen to me. I didn't know when it turned a relationship. Okay? All I know, I was in a relationship with the person after we agree with friends with benefit.
And you make the relationship go, you never call it off?
No, I never call it off, but I enjoy it. Why am I call it off?
Well, Jermaine, I have to admit to the one that too, because me I tell you say it catch me when me did the Michael, and it go on good. It run for a couple of years well until me decide so me I move back. So we didn't break up on no bad terms, we just drift apart. And I can tell you that was the best relationship I've had to date.
And it was good.
It has been the best one.
And I tell you, when it catch me, when I realized when I was in a store and I was just randomly buying this person a gift, it wasn't her birthday, it wasn't Valentine's Day, I was just buying a nice gift because I want to make her happy. I'm going to say, whoa, relationship, wow.
So that means that some friends with benefits can work.
I realized how I realized really I started feeling it, but I didn't say anything. And I remember, a summer holiday, the person went away and work and travel. I went back home, went to Sandals, all of that, and working. And the week before he came back before school, me just hear him say, me work hard whole summer though, babe. The babe just come out. I'm like, huh? We need to go chicken. I want all inclusive. May I pay for everything? I was like, okay. But because we don't establish a friend with benefits, of course we're gonna find a hotel. And we did go, and in the middle of everything they do, just look at me and say, some I love you though. I'm not friends with benefit no more. Yeah, my girlfriend. Me as a big idiot, me say I love you too, but me never know how to tell you. Me never know how to reach a relationship.
If you think about friends with benefit, why they tend to work initially is the no commitment. That's why it works. Commitment tends to be that big word that once you throw in that in a relationship, it's like it start going left, right, and center. But in our friends with benefit, I'm not obligated to come home to you or tell you where I'm going or not.
Yeah.
Whenever
You have a sense of freedom.
Right.
So,
And that's a big deal in it. That's why it can work for a time until feelings start catch. Once feelings start catch, and it said I love you or Peter by the gift, then you start to feel that commitment come on, and then now you start to have a pressure.
so, but hold on there. If the friends with benefits are gonna turn into I love you and then a relationship, that means friends with benefit is a good thing then.
It sneaks
If
Look
it
on you.
plays out that way,
Friends with benefits, as I said,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm the only Christian on this platform, but
Mhm.
it is totally, totally wrong. And I'm not saying that I've never done it before, but it has never ever worked out in no shape, form, or way. When I was a sinner back then, and I was just looking to fill the gap, and it was just the sexual needs, and everything was just based off of sex. There was no form of commitment. There was no foundation being laid. You just have casual sex. God did not make sex for that. It was never for that. It was supposed to be benefited through marriage. So
Right.
having just casual sex is just wrong. It's totally wrong. We have so many persons struggling relationship wise. They have met so many persons that they have no form of vision going forward into marriage. And that's why we have so many young boys, young girls, young men don't even want to even make a commitment to going into marriage. And that's so
No,
wrong. You
no,
understand that?
Jameelia.
You know?
I no. While I agree with you that that's what it was made for. It was made for marriage and a partner. The reality is it does happen, right?
Right. I don't
And
understand that.
one of the things too why if a friends with benefits doesn't work out or doesn't move into marriage or a full-blown relationship, it could be that one party or both parties see something in the other person that they know that if this turns into a relationship, I cannot live with. If this was to go any further,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't move past this flaw or flaws that
Mm-hmm.
this person is displaying.
Right.
So let's keep it at just the physical.
Right.
Because you can see flaws, but because this is just a limited kind of relationship, you look past that flaws. But
Mm-hmm.
if it got deeper, there's no way you could work with the flaws.
There's no way you can settle with somebody like that after
Yeah.
establishing the relationship after just having casual sex. So then you're
Oh,
now having the thought in the back of your head saying that it gets deeper then. And you say, probably I want to get married to this man or to this woman. You have it in the back of your head. What if this person that I started out with as just a friend with benefit, what if he is now having another friend with benefit? So it then poses a problem in the relationship. And it goes on to other things like when we just have casual sex and there's no form of boundaries set.
intimacy.
You ask us about setting sexual boundaries then not having sexual boundaries, it is an open door for having just sex with just anybody. It gets deeper to that. It gets to that
So
point.
you're
I
saying
like
that
that
there
point that
cannot be
you're
a
making.
sexual boundary. Well, I understand. So you're saying there cannot be sexual boundaries if it's just a friend with benefit kind of deal going on.
Exactly what I'm saying.
No, I wouldn't say that because I've been in principle and we set boundaries, and that as you said just no. There was no obligation or anything, but we did set a boundary that sex between us is just us. If you're going to step out and go have sex with somebody else, they could know and we separate, we'll cut off this friends with benefit thing. We have set
So
boundaries.
Well, how does
So
one
Snide, question, hold on it.
don't see it.
Question, Snide. If it's sex with just us, if it's exclusive sex with just us, it is no longer friends with benefits then, man. That is a relationship.
No, friends with
Yes.
benefits. Listen, it was simply just to satisfy each other's sexual needs. Me never want her like that, she never want me like that. But
What is
the
it's a
sexual
sexual
tension is
relationship?
At the end of the day, sex with benefit, friends with benefits, there's no boundaries.
I
Me and
agree.
you have
I agree.
sex, and me not come to no terms and agreement with this kind of relationship. I am free to do whatever. You can't tell me, oh, to live my life. Me I go look.
Agree.
Right,
What
no,
if
right.
you're
no,
not
I'm not.
satisfying
No,
me?
Jameelia, I'm not telling you what to do. As I said, but come to an arrangement and we agree. If you decide
Yeah,
say,
but
yo,
at
you
the end
don't
of the
want that,
day,
I can understand that.
at the end of the day, the individual can say this is our terms, and whatever the term is, this is our terms, and we're gonna sex on these terms. But then at the end of the day, you don't have any legal, not even legal, you don't have any right to basically
That's
limit
true.
them to another partner.
Mhm.
I
That is
agree.
now a relationship. Jeremy, where is it?
Yeah, because well, I don't know the boundary part because the only boundary part for me was like, you're free to do anything you want to do, and if you're getting involved with somebody else, just please use protection. That's the only thing I ask for.
Which is right. Which is right. Now, listen, when I look on the boundaries, especially if it's a friend with benefit, there is no boundaries that you can set because we're not together in a relationship.
Right.
The boundaries now come in play. Like you said, Jeremy, if you go out, use protection. Same with me. I will do you that courtesy as well.
Mhm.
But my boundaries will come in where we're having sex. I will not do X and I will not do Y because I'm a vegetarian. And that is where the boundaries would come in.
Agree.
But
Agree.
no, you said something earlier, and you said some men will catch feelings.
Yeah, because you said something earlier as well, because you said something about limit. Maybe there should be a limit on it because, like, for myself and Shen, maybe we just get caught up in it. Maybe we should just do a 2 months thing.
A short span and see if it wants to develop into anything more.
Yeah, because one of the situation with me, it just wasn't about sex anymore. It reached a point where conversation was not in the mix, like meaningful conversation.
Yeah, then that definitely go past the friends with benefit thing. The way I look at friends with benefit is me and your friend, we do friend stuff, and then out of the blue you may call me and say, yo, come over. Out of the blue, I may call you and say, yo, come over.
And that's pretty
If
much
it's
it.
a consistent thing, once consistency starts,
Mhm.
is a relationship you start. Once boundaries start, is a relationship you start.
But the thing about it, Brian, you don't even, like myself, you don't even know. Didn't even know that I was in a relationship.
True. It takes you by surprise. I can really attest to that one
Yeah,
because
exactly.
something really have to happen. Something extreme like an argument have to happen for you to know, so you can evaluate the situation and see that you have no actually gain feelings for the individual. So I can really say that is true. That is why I will never ever promote friends with benefits. It makes no sense, none whatsoever, and it make no sense in my eyes. There's no such thing as friends with benefits. You go cut off at some, either you're gonna lose in a friendship, or you just go mash up, or you go in a full blown relationship. So once you start having sex with the individual, is either no automatically this to me.
By right,
To the
friends
truth.
with benefit.
Hola, let me hear deal.
By rights, where people go wrong is that them thinking friends with benefits supposed to be long term. It should not exceed like 3 months. Once you start for 3 months, then we consider stuff.
Yeah,
If you
because
exceed
Exactly.
2 months, a 1 hour move, is me, or a 2 hour move, or is it?
Exactly, deal.
so you see what I'm
So
talking
how
about,
That
Brian.
you
Totally
so
agree
how
with
you
Neil.
no,
Yeah,
but if
limit.
What about your friendship? Is just a one-off thing, then that means it just happened by accident?
No, the
Yeah,
friendship
because
still there.
friendship still there, but the sex part just go short term. You're not supposed to last more than even 2
No,
months.
but if the sex is good enough, the
Yeah.
short-term thing, at first, in most cases, I don't want to think that it just happened. I never planned to do it, it ended up happening because that's comfortable. So, like I said, 3 months, 3 months in the stop, long as it's still apart, more like now go find yourself right back in that same position. So, now do another 3 months and then break, 3 months and break.
What the matter thing to do? Have to just try avoid like delete each other number, or if you happen to work at the same place, just delete each other so you know make no friends afterwards.
But then that's only say, kill the friendship.
Now listen,
No,
listen,
but
listen, listen.
yeah, but we can, yeah, I guess what
I
you
I
saying
I
just kill the
can
friendship.
I'm not friends with benefit that I wanna move. That's not a friend with benefit.
no, you're not for kill the friendship, man. Listen, the
No
limit
man,
thing,
friendship,
like Neil said,
friendship now go. It
But
go because we reach a point
That
where we have
just
to say,
sound
all
like
right,
a
then we have to
temporary
take
fling to me.
Exactly.
well, I know,
the
but at
temptation.
that way I say, at that me and Dale and Jeremy to some extent, I say you need a limit. If we plan this, right? Or let's say it happens by accident the first time. The second time, we have to talk and know, say, yo,
Right.
this is it. So the second time, the boundaries are going to set, right? The third time now going to come next week or the week after. Probably come a month down the line. Because while this is still a friendship, you are still actively looking someone, they are still actively looking someone.
Is it?
So that means a feeling sketch immediately.
Sometimes we tell ourselves that we're looking, actually we're not looking, because once that person fill that space now, it's like attention shift to that part.
Then I guess you start falling at the relationship.
As much as I want to admit friend with benefit, it's just like the focus is on that friend with the benefit.
Yeah, that's why you have to be so harsh with the situation because
Question though.
Exactly.
No, they normally look at it. There's two type. If I want to say two type of principles, because I know the one where me and Anita just agree that listen, every now and then we have sex, and then there's a type where me and this person been friends for like 4 years, and then one day just end up on occasion and we keep doing it. So in the terms of when me and somebody just agree, so we're gonna have sex. That's the one you can say, all right, after 3 months, we're done with that. We're done with that lose number. But it's the one me and my friendship has been going for the past 4 years. We can't see myself and say, I'll cut her off and all them things there. I still want a friendship go on, so I don't know. Because at the end of the day, same how we got into it in the first place, even though we stop, we're gonna end up right back because we always spend time together.
All right, Jameelia. Jameelia, I have a question.
Do you believe that you can be in a friends with benefit kind of relationship and have trust? Like real trust?
Yes,
Both for the
someone.
females, I'm asking.
What was the question?
Can you be in a relationship, a friends with benefit relationship, and have real trust?
Real trust in the sense that that person won't have sex with somebody else.
But that's the thing. No, but there's no such thing as boundaries. So there's no willing. Wait, trust in. I don't understand because if you're in a friends with benefit, unless we set some form of boundary that hey, we're just going to have sex with just us. Why should I like really be worried about what if he's having sex with
But
somebody?
that let's do that sound like one committed relationship.
Yeah, because
You
if you have to
start have trust.
have trust. Trust is something what is between two persons who are committed to each other. That means trust will come in. But for persons who are just going out there having sex, just for whatever they're having sex for, I mean, don't have no reason to ask question. Because they're just friends with benefit. Whoever you want to have sex with, as the young man said, just have it protected sex. Then there shouldn't be no, you may have question you or whatever the case.
But earlier in the conversation, though, he was saying, I don't remember who was saying it, but he was saying that it's just between me and you, even though he mentioned the part about having protected sex.
A snipe, man, a snipe. But a snipe fell in a relationship, man.
Oh, that was
That's
nice.
Yeah, but there's still no basically there's still no terms and agreement. And at the end of the day, as I was saying, it's just you free to do what you want to. Me I do what me want to, but there's still
But at the
at the end of the
we
day,
are
there's
friends.
no trust. There's still no trust.
Yes.
Me not
Listen,
think
Basically,
there's
like,
no trust. There can be no trust at all.
hold on it. Me could run it up. Deal, me could hear what you said.
yeah, so basically, yeah, when you're alone, they call me. That's it.
That is it. Thank you very much.
So what was
So when you're lonely, call me.
that? Oh.
And in running it off, people,
But
All right, my 10 cents on all of this overall.
Yeah.
We're talking about friends with benefits, but at the same time,
Booty
we're talking
call.
about established trust, established this and that. If it's a friends with benefits, really, I don't think you need to set boundaries as in, oh, I'm me and you alone. It called benefit. You're benefiting somebody, you're benefiting sexually both parties. So you're not supposed to have this whole attachment or expectations that you're in a relationship. That's why friends with benefits comes with no strings attached. So you don't report to the person don't report to you.
Agreed. Latty, let me hear your final 2 cents.
My final 2 cents is that I don't think sex friends with benefits make any sense. I mean, when it comes to trust, nobody should be questioning each other. You have some cases where we can sit down and discuss life events and stuff like that. We may even come to you and say, you need to find somebody and whatever. You're not supposed to have no feelings or no established hurt and jealousy. You're supposed to do this. So at the end of the day, that's something. And I think that
I
friends
want
with
to
benefits
I want to interject though.
is
I
wrong.
want to interject. As it relates to having sex and not having any feelings, I don't believe that's really truthful. I may not believe that.
Yeah, but
Because
that's what I said earlier,
yeah, I
and
got
I'm
the
just saying
feelings.
that's what I'm
Understand?
saying. That if that's what I'm saying, it's wrong because at the end of the day, if we are just committed to just having sex, but we are friends, there should be no, you're not supposed to have question me there because that was the agreement. But I'm
there's
saying,
No,
go ahead.
I'm saying
no.
there's no way you can have sex with a man or a woman where a man can suppress them emotions or them feelings. There's no way as human being, as our God make way.
Yeah,
When
so
you
that's what
have
I'm
sex,
saying.
you're
That
supposed to have feelings.
honestly,
yeah.
I agree
You
with the
understand?
both sides.
Just the touch alone, spark feelings.
Meanwhile,
And
I'm
then
not
No,
being
listen,
I agree to
hold
that
on there,
one.
Jameelia.
You know
Hold
why
on
I
there,
can't agree with Jameelia one? Let me just say this why I can't agree with Jameelia point. And this is the thing. Men will be in committed relationships with you. Well, at least you think they are, and the feelings is not there. When woman will catch the feelings, the man will just agree for the pleasure of sex. Nothing not do them, not really feel nothing. Cause you are just know what him want.
Man, them
And
I
then
keep on
when
the
you
think,
get
mouth
out
shut
there
on
in a
the one day.
relationship right
and
after.
Something is
and
there.
yeah,
Something is there.
and if
Whether
I
they
can say
don't,
something,
whether a
yes,
man
Something is
express it to
there.
you, something is there.
something
But
is
course.
fail
there.
to
Listen,
believe, men.
hold on there, hold on there, hold on there. Hold on
Men,
there. Go on, Jameelia.
men, even though no one admit it in this forum or this platform, speaking as it relates to feelings, even if you not express it to the woman, but know the feelings that there. Whether it's just casual sex or whether it's just sex with you and your wife or any
One,
form of sex like that.
one
Even
and
Feelings they there.
the question
Them
I
not
want
gonna
to
just
ask,
say it.
guys,
Them
if you
them
will
just
allow me,
refuse to say it.
the question I
No,
want to ask, though, give me
yes,
a second.
yes.
We're not man or woman, we're not both human beings.
yes.
I mean, yes, women were created as emotional beings, but me not understand. I want make up man heart that if me in bad sex, so him not go
Because a
feel
man,
nothing.
because a man can compartmentalize many things while a woman cannot.
That's how it.
Can.
And that is the straight and plain. A man can compartmentalize the sex with this person and know that this is just sex. He can, while we have the feelings of the sex, of the emotion while doing the sex, that enjoyment, that feeling of touch, that feeling of pleasure, we compartmentalize and know that at the end of this, after I bust this nut, that's it. That is it. We are just friends again. I don't have an emotional attachment to you.
And Brian, as just as how you said, I strongly agree. Believe me, I do.
No, man, not listen. It's called last of the real, so I'm gonna keep it real.
And keep this in mind. Into other Brian just saw while going on. Realistically, see, after man pop literally bust a nut, him see the woman different now. Him see her while he was having sex. I leave up to the sex.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Explain.
That's the next episode.
Yes, explain.
No, that's the next episode.
I have something to say
we are
before we
talking
close out.
about this.
Yeah, yeah.
Something to say. Just for the record, a man is not going to have sex with a woman over and over and over again and does not have feeling for that woman.
No, but here the thing now, Jameelia.
No, she have a solid
biologically, that no.
She have a solid
That
point.
no. That not truthful.
What makes you keep going back, Brian? What makes you keep going back?
That is the thing, Jermaine. No, well, I know the sex one, and what we are talking about, what me and Dealer say from night is time limit. Over and over means repetition. It means frequency. If we do it 3-4 times, we have to break, because guess what? It's friends with benefits. Any more than 4 times, feelings are gonna start catch, and it's gonna develop into a relationship.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Brian. But all we do that, Brian, and we have to.
No, me not say.
You see, we can't. Well, I know we can't beat with chest and talk about 4 and 2 them. Somehow we doing this thing for 6 months.
No. But listen,
and then
that sounds like a confession still, you know?
No, because like Latty said, somehow we just full up an ego and not tell the truth.
No, but this is the thing, Jermaine.
Why you keep going back for 6 months? Surely can't be for 6.
But this is the thing, though. This is the thing, right? Once you start go back a period of time, it's not just sex. You start in a relationship. Yeah, and that's what we're saying. Yeah, the ones that can compartmentalize and know say after a while it done.
That's why I come back to what
Jameelia. Different, you know.
That's why I come back to what Jameelia said, that after it, you will form some sort of attachment to the person, whether you like it or not, or you want to admit it. You will form some attachment. You will share something.
You can form some attachment because each individual is different.
And this attachment,
you may form an attachment. Well, Anna, you may form an attachment. I may not. Right? It's not may not. They'll may.
That is true, Brian, because you know what happened? Everybody fight them own demons, and one man might be broken more than another. A man can be so hurt, no man broken, where he will sleep with you, bang you day in, day out, and feel nothing towards you because he's that broken. Versus somebody else who have done their healing process and say, you know what happened? I'm not really ready to jump in at the relationship yet, you know. So let me just do one look with friends with benefits. Them more if you catch feelings, but if the broken person is not healed, what kind of feelings am I going to catch? When I'm broken, you get everything with your man.
Yeah, and you're right, Shen. And some of us who start this wasn't broken person, we just start a thing.
Yeah, exactly. So that may I say each individual is different. So it's not will catch feelings, you may catch feelings. The possibility is there.
No, it's not necessarily feelings now. What I was saying is you will get form some sort of attachment to the person. It's not an attachment. I will love you, or you know me, I go over the moon for you. It's an attachment.
Does forming some form of attachment mean a relationship?
I don't think you have to form an attachment. I don't think so.
No.
Exactly. I don't think so, Shen.
Personally been there. I've been to the point where I was broken, walk out of a severe relationship, broken as hell. And there was this one dude. He was a very good guy. And the kind of guy where woman pray forget. But I was not in that place at that time. And it no matter what we do, the most luxurious lifestyle I got out of him. And I had no attachment or nothing. And when he was like, you're so cold, I'm like, okay. You know, I am so cold. There was no attachment. When he decided to go, me no feel nothing. Me like, okay, cool. nothing more up until this time called me the demon girl. Because there was nothing there.
And it's reality. It
Yeah,
happens
but
for both.
the
It
thing is,
happens to both male and female.
the thing in Shen, even though you were a broken person, maybe that person wasn't the person you were attached to. Maybe that person was just a person.
Yeah, and that's why I said you might, but not will. Because if it was a
Exactly.
case of will, I would have had some attachment to him, but I
Thank you,
did
Shen.
not.
It's not it's not will. You may form some attachment. And it comes back to each individual and the battle they're fighting.
And that's why we should not encourage sex or friendship with benefits, because this is the problem that we are creating in society. We are breaking our women and we are breaking our men, and they don't know what it is to be in a committed relationship, to stand and to basically be honest to that person, to basically develop trust and to garner real love. We don't have persons, we have some persons in society, they don't know what love is.
Sometimes we just do it for the excitement, Jameelia, you know. Just
And that is
most
bad.
of
us have never
That
really
is very
experienced it. So
dangerous.
Jameelia is right.
yeah,
You
cause
know,
That is very
that
dangerous.
genuine feeling that, you know, the Hollywood movie thing where you want, most of us have never experienced it. To me, I've been to the point, as I mentioned before, where that's why I say it may have an attachment and not will. Me just a look for, I'm not a gold digger, I'm a food digger. May I look for the best candidate who can carry me the nicest restaurants, because me love restaurant hop. And me, the one with the better offer is gonna be the one when me go out with at the time, and there's no attachment, because I'm just thinking, oh, I can dress up, look cute, post some picture on Instagram, eat good food,
Eat some
no
food
case, and me move on.
true.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we're going to end it right here, so you know, because a lot of things have been revealed. I learned some things about my friend. I learned a lot about females, and we realized that while females do catch feelings in certain kinds of friends with benefits relationship, men will also catch feelings as well.
Of course, I strongly agree with that. You think them are iron? No, you think them are iron?
When they pretend to be.
Some
It
man
just
just have
takes the right
some man are
person
iron.
to melt them.
some man, listen, no man are not iron. What
It takes the right person to.
flawed. Of
That
course,
is
you're
it, Shen.
flawed. And even when you not have the right person, the woman can walk you to the point where you wonder, say, my God, I'm gonna say she's here. You know, and that can actually break the man.
And Latty, you know why I agree with your point when you say, you know, if you think them are iron, you'll sit your ass down with a man in a 5-year relationship. You wash, cook, clean. If you even come on a goal, you come in and marry a 6-month time, you look, you see map up engagement. You were just never his person. And it doesn't matter what you do. So it takes the right person to get out certain things out of these men.
It takes the right person with women too. We're not gonna just fling it on the men. So.
True, because some man we know.
Yeah,
Anyways,
women will do the same.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Until next time, and that's it. Yeah, until next time. Next week we are gonna go into it. Why do women cheat versus men?
Thank you guys so much for this opportunity. I just want to say that I'm not in agreement with the second question at no point in time.
We know.
We have all come to that realization.
Yeah, man.
But thank you to all of the people that stayed in and that participated. Thanks, Latty, Shen, Jameelia, Dale. Thank you for all joining in and having an input.
Thank you for having us.
No problem.
Yeah, man.
Next week, same time.
And the man then be brave like Dale and buy a girl a panty or something.
Don't forget that part.
In a store.
Downtown one them hotter.
Victoria's Secret mango. Until next time, still enough. Until next time, this is Zian, straight and plain. People, on walk good.
Up and out.